Welcome to my channel. This is the Cash Envelope King. So now we've just been paid and we're about to budget our create a budget for our income. Okay. So today's income, we took home £3,098.24. Okay. So we just like to tell our money where to go. Alright. Because as the saying goes, if you don't tell your money where to go, it will always leave you. Okay. So we start with paying ourselves first. Okay. We're gonna pay ourselves. Save £1,000. Okay. So it's good to start with an emergency fund, and I'm starting this journey again in terms of the baby steps. First of all, we're gonna save £1,000. So that's done. Pat on the back, congratulations. And anyone else want to start this journey? The reason why they start with an emergency fund of £1,000, because generally small emergencies never tend to be more than £1,000. So if your car tire went out, or you needed car repairs, or I don't know, you lost your phone, you could fix the screen, 250, 200, £100. You know, like just so it's good to have a buffer, and that's why they set it at £1,000. Okay, so we're saving £1,000. Okay, now we're paying our rent. Our rent is £600. Okay. Now, if you saw my other videos, I had a small flat, but I was paying up to £1,200 a month, and I thought, nah, this ain't making sense. You're getting paid 3,000, and this is only now. Before that, I was making less because I wasn't a driver. Okay, I was making like taking home £1,800 or something like that. So can you imagine, 1,200 of that going towards rent? But hello Jack, you got a question? Got a question. Okay, welcome Jack. So yeah, so I'm saving £1,000. My rent £600. Like I said before, it was £1,300, £1,200, something like that. But it didn't make sense. Is it still possible to still be 7 and still be a CEO? What do you mean 7? 7 years old? Right, Jack, do you mean 7 years old and be a CEO? If that's what you meant, yes, you can. You can be a business owner, I think, at any age. In terms of the law, maybe you might need your parents to co-sign you. But yeah, of course. My daughter's 8 years old and she's got her own business. She's her owner. She does bracelets. She sells bracelets. So yes, go for it. You know. And I just co-sign her and I help her out. All right. It's better to start early and start learning financial literacy so that by the time you're a bit older, you'll be rich and you wouldn't have to work if you don't want to. All right. So thank you for the question. I appreciate it. Oh, you are CEO. Congrats. Keep going, man. All right. So to those that just joined, we're talking about my income. We like to tell our money where to go. So we like to design it. We like to tell our money where to go so that the money don't leave us. All right. So today we took home 3,098 and 24 pence. We're going to save £1,000. Okay. We like to put a buffer. We call this an emergency fund. So if you don't have £1,000 saved, try aim for that. Whether that takes you 1 month or 6 months, whatever it is, try aim for that. So that any emergencies you have in life, whether your car has broke down, I don't know, your phone screen smashes, you don't have to take out more debt. You can just go to your buffer. All right. My rent is £600. It's cheaper now, but previously I used to pay way more than that. But it was taking too much of my income. So now I live very modestly in a smaller apartment. Okay. Um, Debt. I've got some debt to pay, which I racked up for. Like I said, not having the emergency fund, you start getting into debt. That's £113 and the 11 pence. Food. Um, I put £300 towards food. Okay. Transport. I did have a car. And again, I just found that most of the time I'm at work, the car's just parked up. I'm getting fat. It's not making sense. Got rid of the car, and now my transport at max is 250 a month. That includes Uber and taking bus, and I'm getting my steps in. So now I'm walking about 70,000 steps a day. I'm losing weight. I'm feeling good. And the only annoying thing is sometimes it's cold, but as long as you time your, what's it called? Use your apps to time the buses and trains and cabs, whatever, you're all right. So that's that. Previously, I was spending £450 to £500 a month just by maintaining a car. And that's from tickets, parking tickets, that's from toll charges, that's from maintenance, MOT, tax, insurance, ULEZ, congestion charges, non-stop. So we're getting rid of the car for now. And obviously, maybe when I'm a bit more richer, I'll get another car. But for now, I'm all right. I can just pay cabs or bus or train. Okay, so that's food. So why we start with these four again? You want to always you want to have protection. The reason why everyone's going wild these days is because we don't cover the basics. So the basics is the four walls they call it. Okay, four walls. All right, and that's shelter, food, transport, and utilities. Okay, so this is your main. This is your four walls. Okay, because if you've got a roof over your head, you've got food in your fridge, and you've got a way to get to work or pick up the kids or go football or whatever you do, transport, and you've got your utilities, you're always going to be at peace. It's when these things ain't covered, that's when everything is a bit crazy and you're feeling a bit out of sync. And that's the reason being is because most people pay too much towards debts. But the thing about debts, yeah, is yes, you do have a duty to pay them, but nobody can tell you how much to pay. They may put pressure on you and tell you, you must do this, you must do that, you must do that. But it's your money and you're trying to pay a debt. And plus, you're in debt already. So why are you going to push me into telling me how much I'm going to pay? No, you're going to tell them how much you're going to pay. Okay? But the only thing about that is once you do decide how much you're going to pay, you don't miss. Okay? So you keep to that. Okay? So how I worked out this is tend to be about 10% of your income. And obviously 10% of my income last year was about this. Obviously, I'm making more now because I did some training, so that's increased my income. But prior, that was about my thing. So you want to pay 10% towards your debts, and I've got letters and templates that you can use, and it's close to 95% success rate. That if you send the template to any debtors or people that you owe money to, that they'll accept it. Okay, all right. So that's debt. So your four walls again, shelter, so that's your rent, okay? Food, that's your feeding, transport, getting around, and utilities, okay? Always have these covered first before any debts or anything else, okay? All right, so shelter, like I said, I'm paying rent £600. I downgraded to a smaller apartment because I was paying way too much before. Food, £300, and this is me living splurge. Like I don't have to look at the prices. I eat fruit. I eat plenty of fruit. I drink plenty of water. Like to eat a lot of chicken, meats. Eat a lot of vegetables. So and I don't have to scrimp. Yeah. So that does me for about a month. All right. And then transport, like I said, this is quite luxury budget. However, again, there's no, oh my gosh, Well, how much is the price of the cab? I'm just going to order the cab. I'm going to get on the train. I'm going to get on the bus with no issues. Okay. So that's where we at so far. We go to the gym. That's £40. All right. Where are we? Haircuts. Even haircuts. You know, I used to pay about how much I used to pay for my haircut. About 30 quid every week. All right. I just got a shavers. I bought a shavers for £15. And now I shave my head. I just shave it all off. You know, who cares about looking neat? Well, it's still neat, but it's not as good as a barber, as you already know. But I just shave off the hair. And now I'm paying nothing towards haircuts. So where I was paying £15, no, tell a lie. I was paying £20 to £30 a week, which is £120 a year. Yeah, £120 a year, which is £1,440 in 1 year. I now pay zero. Okay, so it's just little savings we're trying to make so that we can have more money in our pocket. So those of you that just come in here, this is just a breakdown. I've just been paid 3,098 and 24 pence. I've saved 1,000. Rent 600. Debts is 113. Food is 300. Transport 250. Gym is 40. Haircuts is 0 because we don't pay for that. Okay. Towards my children's like leisure activities, that's £300. Okay. You have to bear with me because I want to check if there's any more numbers. I should have been a bit more prepared. However, 1 second. Okay. All right. So if we do the tally on this, 1,000. Okay, let's do the numbers. 1,600, 1,700, 2,000, 2,250, 2,290, 2,290, 2,590, 2,590 plus 30. That's 26. 2603.11. So 2603.11 minus 3,098.24 gives me a balance of 3,159. Carry that over 4. Gives me a balance of £495. Okay. So like I said, with that money of the income I've received, 3,098.24, I've taken care of my 4 walls first, which is shelter, food, transport, and utilities. Yeah. I've put some towards savings. Rent is 600, debts is 113, food is 300, transport 250, gym is 40, haircuts is 0, children's activities is £300. Total 2,603. Forgive me if the numbers are a bit out. Minus the income, that leaves me a balance of 495. Okay, so we're just breaking down of what we're gonna do with our money, and with the 495, how I would spend that. Is I would like to give some money towards some of my relatives in other country in the other countries. Yeah. So let's say we give them £95. All right. It's just like charity, innit? Yeah. It's not charity because it's family, but you know what I mean. Their upkeep. Okay. So I mean that gives me remainder of £400. I'll probably want to buy some clothes because it's getting a bit cold now. Maybe a new jacket. Let's put £200 for a new jacket. All right. I didn't include football, but because it is getting cold now, we're not playing as much. But let's say £20 towards football. That leaves 180. These are the problems. These are good problems. Trying to spend your money, because if you tell your money where to go, it will never leave you. But yeah, 180. What else do we need? Maybe I'll go out to a restaurant. A restaurant. Let's say that's £60 a piece. Let's say I'll go to a restaurant twice this month. £60 times 2. All right, restaurant. 60 times 2, that means 120. Now I've got £60. Maybe I'll use £60 just to hold in my pocket, in my wallet, just so there's some coins in my purse. Okay, so that's a breakdown with the cash envelope king of how I've spent my income of 3,098.24 pence. Okay, and yeah, just refresh the video and you'll be able to check everything again. But just a quick rundown, just for those of you who just joining. Income I received today, 3,098.24 pence. We're going to first take care of our 4 walls. This is so you get peace, meaning you don't have to worry about, oh my gosh, I didn't pay rent or I've got no food. So you always pay this first before you pay anybody or anything. Shelter, that's rent. Food in your fridge. Transport, or your car or your bus pass or your cab fare. Utilities, your phone bill, your council tax, your gas, your electric, and your Netflix and stuff. Any subscriptions that you're not using, you're getting rid of. Okay, I've saved 1,000 out of this income. Okay, my rent is £600. I've gone down to a smaller apartment instead of the bigger apartment that I was in. Okay, debts is £113. Food, spending £300. I buy plenty of water, plenty of fruits, plenty of meats, plenty of veg. But this budget means I don't have to be looking at prices too much. Okay, I'm only a single person. Yeah, transport, 250. That means I got rid of my car because I was spending about 500 a month on a car, from tolls, parking charges, ULEZ, petrol, all of that nonsense. So with a bus pass and cab fare, I've got it down to like 250. That's top end. Normally it's about 150. Okay. Gym, 40 quid. Haircuts, 0. Used to be 120 a month, but now I just bought a clippers and I shave my own hair. Okay. My children's activities like school, I don't know, school sports and stuff. That's £300 that I give towards them. Okay. And that gave me a total balance of 2,600 and something, leaving me £495. But the whole purpose of your paycheck is to spend every penny. If you spend the money and spend every single penny, then it won't leave you because you know where the money's going. Okay, so you tell the money where to go, otherwise it will leave you. Okay, so now I've got to spend the 495. Okay, £95 I'll give to some family relatives, okay, that live in other countries, yeah, that are not as let's say not as well to do as this country. Okay, so that's £95. That remainder £400. It's getting cold now, so I'm gonna buy a jacket for about £200. That leaves me with 200. Football, it's about £20, yeah. Alright, so that leaves me 180. Restaurant, why not? We're working hard. Why not spoil myself and eat some nice food? So £60 to a restaurant. Maybe I'll do that twice. Okay, that made £120. That's 120. So that means I've only got £60, and I'll just keep that in my purse for any other short goings or any other things I need to do. All right. So thanks for everyone for joining, and I'll do another one, and I'll probably be a bit more organized. But I just wanted to get the content out, and yeah, thanks. Cheers. Any questions, let me know. And like I said, I've got a template to help you organize your budget. I've also got templates to so that you can give to your debt companies. Okay. so that you can tell them how much you're going to pay, opposed to them keep pushing people around and bullying people and telling you how much you're going to pay. Because that's the problem here. Sometimes the debt, let's just say I was paying 1100 towards my debts, yeah? That messes everything up, you know? So now instead of £300 food, I'm doing £50 food, you know? Instead of 250 transport, I'm doing £100 transport. Do you know what I mean? Instead of I'm going to cancel that gym, you know? Instead of rent, sometimes I might miss, sometimes I will miss, I won't keep. Savings, you can forget about that, there will be nothing there. You understand? And that's because these people keep pushing us, you know? Because let's be honest, when we want shiny things like phones, we want it now, we want it today instead of waiting, you know? My phone now, I went to Argos and I paid £150 and I bought the phone outright, no contract. You know? You know why? Because I used to pay £108 for my phone, the biggest phone there was, all the memory and everything. But sometimes I can't make that payment and then I have no phone line. So the minute I came out of contract, you know what I did? They said, hey, you want a new phone? I said, no, thank you. No, thank you. I took £150. I went to Argos. I bought my phone. I owned it outright. I took a SIM-only plan, which was £12 a month. That £108 that I used to pay, I asked them, what's the balance for 2 years payment? Yeah, and it was close to £300. I paid it off. So now I've got a phone line and it's a different piece. Yeah, I ain't got the latest phone, but to know that my phone is not going to ever cut off is different compared to having a shiny phone and not knowing if someone's going to accept my call because I haven't paid my phone bill. So it's all about just cutting your coat according to your size. There's no saying we have to live down all the time. No, we want to climb up, but first we need to walk before we run. You know, use the use the phone that you can afford for now. Drive the car that you can afford for now, or take bus. Like I said, now I'm on a bus. I've always had a car. For the last 10, 15 years, I've always driven. But I'm doing the maths and I'm like, I don't know how this is benefiting me. Get rid of the car. Now I'm walking. It's even better because I'm getting fit up because I'm taking steps, yeah? So, yeah, I'll get into more about that. And any questions, let me know. And yeah, thanks. Cheers. Don't even know how to end this live, but yeah. I'll just go through the questions while I'm here anyway. Uh, is it possible to still be 7 and still a CEO? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, monsieur. All right. Okay, all right. Okay. So yes, I think. Also, it's 1050, but I'm doing subtract water supply or add. Okay. I think the answer is 1050, but we are doing subtract water supply or add. And 200 for football. Yeah, but you spent 220. Menguin High SBSB, what the 6 and 7 is 6. Oh, okay. Yeah, water and all of that stuff. That's part of the utilities, okay? Always make sure you cover your utilities, your four walls first. Shelter, food, transport, utilities. If you sort these out first, you'll have peace. And then you pay everything else. The gym, the debts, the haircuts, the children's stuff, your clothes, you know? All right.